Be honest with me. How many times have you said you're done with drama, only to answer the same call from the same person about the same chaos? Yeah, I did that too. I kept thinking I could fix things if I just explained myself better, stayed calmer, loved harder. But the truth was I was fighting twos that had already decided my worth. The hardest part wasn't leaving. It was realizing how much noise I had mistaken for connection. Every argument felt like proof that someone cared. Every apology gave me false hope that maybe this time things would change. But they didn't. They never do. Drama feeds on repetition. It's a loop that steals your peace one conversation at a time. So I did something that scared everyone around me. I went quiet. No announcement, no final message, just silence. And you know what? It confused people who thrived on my reaction. They couldn't stand not having access to my energy anymore. But that silence became the foundation of my rebuilding. Because when you stop explaining yourself to people who don't listen, you start hearing the one voice that actually matters, your own. And once that happens, you'll never crave their noise again. When I first chose silence, it didn't feel like freedom. It felt like walking into a desert with no map, no guide, and every step questioning whether I was making a mistake. You know that feeling, though, where your old life whispers at you through memories, calls, texts, even social media posts. I felt it all. But here's what I learned: rebuilding isn't about running from your past. It's about facing it quietly on your own terms. I had to sift through years of emotional baggage, separating the lessons from the regrets. And the harder I looked, the clearer it became. Most of what I thought I needed from others was just noise I had allowed to shape my decisions. Imagine standing in a room filled with mirrors. Every reflection is someone else's opinion of you, every voice telling you who you should be. That was my life before silence. And now, I realized I had been looking at everyone else's version of me instead of discovering who I truly was. So I started small. Simple routines, early mornings, intentional silence, and noticing the little things that made me feel alive again. Each choice became a brick in the foundation of a life I could finally call my own. Slowly, I felt the weight lifting, not because the world changed, but because I did. Here's the part that shocked me the most. The more I focused on myself, the less the past mattered, and the more the future started whispering possibilities I hadn't dared to dream. At first, rebuilding felt like walking on a tightrope without a net. I questioned every decision, doubted every step, and wondered if I'd made a mistake by choosing peace over chaos. But then I realized something critical. The life I was chasing wasn't about avoiding pain, it was about creating clarity. I began by examining my environment, the people I spent time with, the routines I followed, even the news and social media I consumed. They were all shaping me in ways I hadn't noticed. Every distraction, every argument I entertained was pulling me away from the person I wanted to become. So I cut deliberately, not out of anger, but out of intention. I chose relationships that nurtured me, spaces that energized me, and moments that reminded me who I was before the noise took over. And with each small choice, the fog lifted. I could think clearly. I could breathe. I could dream. Here's the hidden truth. Life doesn't test your patience. It tests your boundaries. And boundaries aren't walls, they're bridges to your best self. I discovered that the quieter I became, the louder my purpose got. Now, looking back, I see that rebuilding after chaos isn't about running from drama. It's about understanding it and then deliberately choosing a life where your energy matters and your peace is non-negotiable. By the time I reached this point, something incredible had happened. I was no longer running from drama, I was moving toward myself. And that shift changed everything. I realized that life after chaos isn't about filling the emptiness with people or noise. It's about learning to stand firmly in your own presence. No applause required. I started noticing how much energy I had wasted trying to control outcomes that were never mine to control. Every reaction I chased, every opinion I argued for, every explanation I gave, they were all distractions from what truly mattered. And the moment I let go, I discovered a calm I hadn't felt in years. A freedom I didn't know silence could bring. Rebuilding my life after divorce, after uprooting my existence, after leaving behind old friendships that had become toxic, it was terrifying. I had to rebuild from scratch, brick by brick, memory by memory, and it hurt. It hurt. But here's the secret. Pain doesn't destroy you when it's paired with clarity. It becomes fuel. I began setting intentional goals, creating routines that grounded me, and spending time with people who reflected the energy I wanted in my life. I learned that peace isn't given, it's chosen. And the more consistently I chose it, the more I noticed my confidence rising, my decisions sharpening, and my happiness returning, not because circumstances changed, but because I finally did. And this is where most people get it wrong. They wait for the world to be quiet before they rebuild. The truth, the world will never be quiet. The rebuild happens inside you long before it shows on the outside. By the time I reached this stage of my journey, everything had shifted. I wasn't just surviving, I was living on purpose. The silence that once felt heavy had become my compass. Every choice I made now had intention. Every boundary I set became a shield from my energy, and every relationship I nurtured reflected the peace I had fought so hard to build. Here's the thing no one tells you about rebuilding after divorce, after leaving behind a life you thought was permanent. It's not a single moment of victory. It's hundreds of small, invisible victories stacked quietly over time. Waking up early to work on yourself when no one notices. Saying no to invitations that drain you. Choosing stillness instead of reaction. Each one compounds into a life that feels untouchable, not because the world has changed, but because you have. I started embracing routines that strengthened my body and mind, simple workouts that reminded me I was capable. I found joy in small wins and gratitude in quiet mornings. I discovered that motivation isn't always loud, it's persistent. It whispers, pushes, nudges, and if you listen, it will guide you out of the chaos and into a life you actually love. And now, when I look back, I don't regret the silence, the loneliness, or the hard work, because it led me here fully present, fully alive, and ready for anything. If you're watching this and wondering how to stop feeling lost, take it from me. The answers aren't in the noise, the arguments, or even in trying to fix everyone else. They're inside you, waiting for the day you choose peace, embrace silence, and finally rebuild. We are Wisdom Recorder. Like and subscribe for more.